What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel safe? Is it a person, a place, status, an event? Let's talk about it.
Welcome to VOL Talks, where we talk about life through a kid's perspective.
VOL Talks is a project of Voices of Light, where we share conversations, stories, and lessons that inspire children, youth, families, and our community.
Hi everyone, I'm Aoi.
I'm Gabe.
And I'm Lance.
We're glad you're here. Gabe, what makes you feel safe?
I've learned that feeling safe isn't only about where I am. It's about knowing I'm not alone. My family, church, and VOL friends remind me that people care about me, and Jesus is always with me, even when I feel nervous. There was this one time when I was 4 years old and my mom wanted to go out with her friends to Paris. I didn't know it at the time, and when I not see my mom anymore, I felt very scared that my mom wasn't around because I'm always usually around her. And so I always prayed. I always used to pray the Lord's Prayer to make sure she was safe and I was safe too.
Wow. Especially at a young age, that must have been very confusing for you. For me, prayer helps the most. I may not know what's going to happen tomorrow, but God already does. That helps me worry less and trust Him more. When I was younger, I got lost at a store. I thought that I was going to be stuck there forever, but I remembered that God always listens to me, so I decided to pray. And at that moment, God told me to go step outside, and there I found my auntie waiting for me.
Wow, prayer really works in those situations.
Yes.
I also feel safe when people encourage me. One kind sentence before singing or speaking could make me feel brave. One time, during our Pathfinder campout, we went on a night hike about at 10 o'clock. So it was all of us, but it was a really, really long hike.
Whoa. How long would you say?
I think the hike was about an hour and a half long.
That is.
Whoa.
And
5.
what made me even more anxious was that 2 minutes after we started hiking, our kuya Angelo told us to turn off all of our lights, which made it kind of disturbing. And we almost went off the path. We almost went off the trail itself. So we had to turn back to where the trail began. And close to the middle of the trail,
What happened?
Signs started appearing, rattlesnake signs, warning signs about
What the wrong path?
foxes. Foxes, coyotes, mountain lions, bobcats, all that stuff.
Went the wrong path, guys.
And also, after that, I was sweating profusely. So the boys, specifically Lewin, Jace, and DJ.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to those
You
guys.
just got mentioned on VOL Talks.
So they went up and we just started joking around, saying random jokes and stuff. And that made me feel better.
At least it brought your hopes up.
Yeah. And about 30 minutes later, the hike ended.
Yippee!
And what was good about that is that we all got to sit at the campfire, make s'mores, and have some ramen.
Yep.
So, yeah.
These two were lost. That's a good part.
Yep.
We can help others feel safe too.
Or by including them.
And by encouraging them.
What's one word that tells of what makes you feel safe?
Prayer for me.
For me, I think it's family.
In my opinion, I would choose Jesus. We've heard some great stories. Now it's time for the light question.
What do you think Jesus wants us to hear from this?
I think Jesus wants us to remember that He never leaves us, even when we're scared and unsure. Sometimes we look for safety in places or things, but Jesus promises to stay with us no matter what happens. Knowing He's always with me helps me face things that would normally make me feel afraid.
Personally, I think Jesus wants us to trust Him. Even when we don't understand everything that's happening, we won't always know what tomorrow will bring. But we can always know that God is good and that He cares for us. Trusting Him doesn't make every problem disappear, but it gives us peace while we go through them.
In my opinion, I think Jesus wants us to help other people feel safe. Maybe we could encourage someone who's nervous, or include someone new who's sitting all by themselves. Or maybe be kind to someone who's having a long day. Sometimes God uses us to remind other people that they're not alone. Before we end, what's one thing you hope every VOL child remembers?
Personally, if I could share one thing with all the VOL kids and every single kid listening to this podcast, it would be this. Don't be afraid to put your trust in Jesus. There will always be things that make us nervous or uncertain, but we never have to face them by ourselves. Jesus is always with us.
I also want to remind everyone that it's okay to ask for help. Talk to your parents, your teachers, your friends, or someone you trust. And don't forget that you can always talk to God through prayer. He listens every single time.
My challenge is simple. Be someone who helps another child feel safe. Smile at someone who's alone. Invite someone to join you. Encourage a friend who's having a hard day. You never know how much one small act of kindness can change someone's day.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of VOL Talks.
We hope today's conversation encouraged you.
Remember, God is always with you.
And remember, you don't have to be loud to shine.
Let your light speak.